I used to have really long hair. I used to do this. I used to do
You had a quiff.
no, like a hair down to here. I
Oh,
used
shit.
I used to be one of them and thingy my hair. I miss it. I really miss it. It was the best. It was the most fun ever. See, switching your hair. It's class. Can't do it anymore. That's a good intro. Let's just put that at the start of this thing.
Yeah.
What is happening, guys? Welcome to FPL Surgery. Today we are doing an update for the Form versus Fixtures experiment. Rich, how excited are you to be finally doing a transfer for your team?
I'm excited. I'm more excited that these teams, and we both got the same scores this week, did not outscore either of our main teams.
Yeah,
I mean, that would have been embarrassing.
I think they would have if we captained the, Salah or Bruno, but
I'm running the numbers. They wouldn't. You would have been outscored it, but it wouldn't have quite caught. It wouldn't have quite caught me.
No.
I'd have just edged it.
That is
but
so
hey,
sad.
Stefan made this template team, so you'd expect it to be good.
That's true. So what we're going to be doing today is we're just going to go through the rules really quickly, just to remind everyone what we're doing, and then we're going to do some transfers. Let's just get straight into it. Oh yeah, and subscribe if you're new. Team Fixtures. You want to go through your rules real quick?
Yeah, so I'm Team Fixtures. So based on the Fantasy Football Hub fixture ticker, you can sign up in the description. Of course, the link's always there. So I'm using that fixture ticker, and I can transfer in players that are in the top 6 best fixtures. So they have to be the top 6 of the 20 teams for the upcoming, I believe it's 5 game weeks.
6 game weeks.
6 game weeks. Thank you, Dave. Now, once I've signed that player, and I have to think carefully about this, I have to keep that player for at least 6 weeks. So I can't just bring someone in and then get rid of them. I have to keep them for 6 weeks. The players I transfer out have to have bad fixtures. So I could have a very good player, say, for example, Salah, but if Liverpool have the worst fixtures, he may well have to go. And when I'm setting my starting 11 each week, I have to set 11 with the best fixtures. For the players are not included.
And the same rules, basic rules apply for me. Team Form. Come on, Team Form. I've got to bring in players that are in form. We're going to review that in game week 3, though, just to make sure that everything is above board, because we've not done this before. So this is a new experiment. We need to figure out how the best way is that we can actually discover what players are in form. But I'm only allowed to transfer in form players. I can't transfer a player out who is in form, and to decide whether they are still in form or not, we're going to give all the players a 4 game week period to figure out whether it's just a little dip in form or they're not in form anymore. I have to transfer out anyone who's not in form anymore, and it'll just be the one who's in the worst form when it comes to it, if there's 2 or more. And then again, selecting my top 11 players, they all have to be the top form, not including fodder or goalkeepers. Things to note, like Rich said, I have to captain our goalkeeper every single week. It's going to be weird if our keeper doesn't start that way, because then we've got vice captains.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the thinking with that was, and it was from a suggestion, someone made a comment on the last video, was we're both affected by that the same.
Yeah.
So we've got Sanchez as captain, and we obviously we couldn't vice captain a player on the bench, so we've both got Trent vice captain at the moment. Basically, any player we commonly share can become the joint vice captain, as it was.
Yeah, there we go. And also, bench fodder are exempt. So if we've got some bench fodder that we've got there just as a 4.5 striker or whatever, we don't really need to use them. And they don't come into our thinking with transfers. Chips are going to be saved for emergencies only. We'll probably need to use them at the same time for consistent balance of the squads. And we'll probably throw it up as a Twitter poll, right? Just to determine what constitutes an actual emergency. Which might be bad. If we're asking Twitter, they're not going to let us use it.
It sounds so dramatic, calling it an emergency.
It's an emergency. Like, team emergencies happen, man.
Right, yeah.
All right, let's have a quick look at the team. As you can see, it's nothing special. Very template. Our friend Stefan, who was 150th in the world last season, he made us a little template team to start us off. So this is the team that we both have. The only difference was that you had to start Veltman last week.
Yeah, I had to start Veltman over Soufal, which I wasn't actually that happy about because, but the reason for it was because Brighton were top of the fixtures.
Mm-hmm.
So I started Veltman, but he's self-isolating anyway. So it ended up we both got 80 points because we both had identical teams.
Which is kind of good because we're starting off the same. We've got the same teams. We've got the same points now, and now it starts deviating because we've got transfer. Yeah. So what you're gonna have to do is look through all of these players and find out what is the worst one. I know who it is already.
Yeah, I know as well.
And then what I've got to do is sit back and relax until game week 3. So that's the thing. I don't know if I mentioned that I'm not going to be making transfers until game week 3, so we can at least have a little bit of an idea of who's in form instead of just, I'll go for Richarlison today because he did the best or whatever. Like, that would be rubbish. So yeah, wait till game week 3, which means I have to burn a transfer. So that kind of evens it out, right? Because you've got to start. You've got to start horribly.
I was going to say, meanwhile, I'm absolutely destroying my team.
All right, let's have a look.
I wouldn't say destroying it, but you look at the fixtures. We haven't got any Chelsea players. We haven't got any Southampton players. We haven't got any Norwich players. However, Brentford are the 4th worst fixtures over the next 6 game weeks. So goodbye, Tony.
Yeah.
Tony's going to be sold. We have no money in the bank. So I had up to 6.5 million to spend on a striker. So then if you go back to the fixtures, I guess, I have to choose a striker from Brighton, Wolves, West Ham, Leeds, United, and Liverpool.
Yeah. So who are you going for? Firmino?
There's only actually 2 options I can really look at.
Is there really? Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I've got Morpay of Brighton, 6.5 million. And then I've got Rodrigo at Leeds.
Yeah. What are you thinking?
I think, because I've got to keep them for 6 game weeks. So this has to be part of my thinking. I'm going to go Morpay. Wow. I'm going to do the transfer right now. I'm going to do Tony to Morpay. We're doing form against fixtures.
Yeah.
Morpay has the fixtures.
Okay. I mean, it totally makes sense. There's not really much choice. It's a 50-50 split.
No. Something to bear in mind now as well for my team is obviously I've got 3 Brighton because I've got Sanchez, I've got Veltman, and I've got Morpay. So I can't bring any more Brighton in. So next week I'm going to have to start looking. Yeah, I'm bringing Morpay in now. I'm doing it as we speak.
Oh, very interesting.
Ivan Toney out, Morpay in.
And I'll add a wee screenshot now of your team. So that's his team with Morpay in it, and it looks horrible. No one else in this of the 8 million or so that are playing right now has transferred out Tony and brought in Morpay. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be a popular move, but maybe following the fixtures is the way to go. With Tony's upcoming 6, I've now got Morpay in my team for at least 6 weeks, and I am buzzing. I cannot. So I'm interested to see how this develops, Dave, and please Morpay. I'm gonna every time Morpay scores now.
You're gonna be rooting. It's gonna be weird. You're gonna be rooting for this team more than your original team, I reckon. After a while, it's gonna blend in your head. You're not gonna who's in what team.
I've got a lot of excuses for this team. Already I've got an excuse. I have to take up Tony for Morpay.
Aye. All right. So join us in the next episode. You can find out what we do. I'm very excited to see how this experiment goes. Let us know in the comments if you've got any questions or if you find any loopholes that you can think of about the rules, because this is a brand new thing that we're doing, and hopefully we can run it successfully for the season. So let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time.
Up the Morpay.
Down the Morpay, mate. It's going to be rubbish.